to the NTSC 5 and 5 series, where I, Ashwin Krishnan, host amazing CISOs on Standout in 90 Sec. Today, my guest is Jake Lorz. We talk about the trends he's focused on the next 2 to 3 years, how the decrease in funding in startups may stifle innovation, the lack of diversity in our cybersecurity industry, and what businesses can and should do about it, and 2 personal questions. Watch on.
So, Jake, as you think about the past decade, what are the trends that you are looking for in the next, let's say, 2 to 3 years?
Let's see. I mean, it's a good question. I don't really have a crystal ball, so to speak, but I think the automated response attributes of machine learning and artificial intelligence are here, and they're here to grow and expand. It's my hope that through proper use case analysis and the proper utilization of generative AI or just AI technology in general, we can begin to reduce the complexity and the difficulty of the day-to-day cyber operation roles. Today, we have a lot of burnout within this industry, and I'm hopeful that this will help ease some of that burnout.
The current economic environment has definitely seen a decrease in funding for startups in general, right? So, how do you think this could impact innovation, especially in our industry?
So I'm not really worried that the innovation itself is going to be stifled going forward, especially if there's a decrease in funding. The proverb is that necessity is the mother of invention, but I think that same thing holds true for innovation. Now, could it reduce the innovation going forward? Yeah, it definitely could, but I don't think it's going to extinguish that flame. And there's something to be said about an economy that's flush with cash is also potentially flush with bad ideas that are poorly executed and going to market, right? So I'm optimistic that a slight decrease in funding may actually cause the best of the best to rise to the top.
One of the issues in our industry and even across other industries is diversity, or rather the lack of it, right? From your perspective, what can businesses and what should businesses be doing to not just talk the talk, but actually walk the walk?
Yeah, it's a great question. And this is certainly a key priority and initiative for us as well. Personally, I would look for ways to sync up with local organizations and potentially universities to showcase the benefits of diverse hiring practices. For example, I know for certain there's a local women in IT chapter here in the Cincinnati area, and there are diversity clubs at local universities that host career events where we can go and we can showcase and highlight the opportunities in the areas that we're working in and the benefits of joining our team. So it's a lot about finding the opportunities, finding those chapters, those clubs, and then going to reinforce the message.
Switching to your personal side, who is your personal hero or heroine and why?
Yeah, so this one, I think it's probably a tad cliche to say, but I'd say personal heroes would have to be my parents. You know, it's thanks to their values, their moral codes, their ideals to kind of what modeled me to be the man that I am today. But beyond that, it's really just anybody who will try to make the world a better place, even if it's just a little bit.
And last question, what advice would you give to younger Jake, let's say from 15 years ago?
First would be don't sweat the small stuff. Again, kind of cliche to say, but most things tend to work themselves out. But beyond that, from a career progression, I would say make a list of the big goals, big things you want to hit, and then do an internal follow-up, every few months or quarter to see if you're making progress or maybe you have to reprioritize in life.
Awesome. Thanks for your time.
Oh, thank you.